Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Bench LFC. Thank you as always for joining me live. If you do so, if you're watching it back on a replay, don't forget, get involved as well. Leave your comments down below. 22 days of madness. It is mad. LJ says it's mad. It's crazy. Obviously, we know our fate. We know what group we're in the Champions League. And we know we've got Chelsea in the third round of the Cup. So there's difficult fixtures there, and I'm sure we will see rotation. But how exactly do we think that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp are going to approach this? I'm not too sure. But I'm sure we're going to do great. All right, so I want to get your views on it as always. It's about getting Liverpool supporters and our views out there, isn't it? Smash the thumbs up for me, guys, if you're joining live. Yeah, for definite. I hope you've all had a fantastic day as always, and let me know your views on it all. So, why is these 22 days absolutely mental, if you want to know? So, Liverpool have got Tottenham on 15th of September. Then we got PSG at home on the 18th of September. Before Tottenham, obviously, we've got the international duties. Yes, which we hate anyway. Anyway, so it was international duties, Tottenham on the September the 15th. Then PSG on the 18th. Then Southampton at home on the 22nd of September. Then we've got Chelsea at home on the 25th. League Cup, that is, 25th/26th. And then Chelsea away on the 29th of September. And then Napoli away on the October the 3rd. And then Manchester City at home on October the 7th to round it all off. Oh my God. You know, blue tick. 22 days of rage party. Blue tick, mate. I've got a headache today. I don't know how I'm going to get through these days, but it's going to be amazing to watch. There's going to be tons of watch-alongs on this channel, and I'm sure we're all going to go absolutely mental. Alfayed says, PSG in our group in the Ultimate Champions League. Yes, they are. Blue Tick says, hi, hello, bonjour, peace, buongiorno. Yes, indeed. Good to see everyone in here. Oisk says, hello, everyone. Good to see you all in here tonight. Joe says, Daz. Hello, Joe. How are you, my friend? Lalu, hi. LJ says, it's mad. Yes. Mark Wood says, hello. Thomas Billings with a boom. Boom to you, Thomas. Mickey's in the building as well. Good to see you tonight, Mickey. Worthless Tuber as well. Thank you for joining me, everyone, live. So, what's your views on this? We've got Nabil Fekir in the building as well, guys. Nabil, how are you feeling right now? You could be part of this 22 days, but Liverpool didn't choose to sign you. I feel for him, I really do. I personally am not worried about PSG. I think we will smash them at Anfield. Yes. I think so. I think at Anfield, I think Liverpool are going to be too strong for PSG. I think so. I think at their ground, it may be a bit different. It may be more of a struggle. I would say that, you know, they will be confident at their home ground, but I just think that we are too different to the teams that they're used to playing. I think our intensity is too much for these teams in Europe. I would say that Liverpool aren't at their flying best so far, and I would say that this season we are working more on the defensive side of our game, so I'm not expecting to be blitzing these teams for sure. I'm not looking at Liverpool going out blitzing the PSG, blitzing Napoli, blitzing Red Star at all, guys. That's not my views on it, but I'm definitely looking at us finishing top of the group. I'm confident in that sense. Why shouldn't we be? Nabil says, I'm coming home. Yes, come home, Nabil, come home. We're never going to stop, says Alfayed. Yes, we've conquered all of Europe. I think as I go up, I see he's done that. Alex is here and Max as well. Good to see you guys in here tonight. Max says, watched Fekir live tonight. We were lucky not to get him. Really, Max? Really? Oh, that's interesting indeed. Alex says, the player I'm worried about is Mbappe. Interesting that you say that, Alex. I've seen people on social media trying to suggest, today this is, that Mbappe running at Robbo is laughable. And they're saying, can you imagine Mbappe running at Robbo? It's ridiculous that Liverpool fans think that they stand a chance. Seriously? Robbo is more than capable of dealing with Mbappe. More than capable. I tell you what, guys, there's been amazing and quality players think that they can get the best of our defence, and they've come unstuck. So why anyone thinks that we should be worried about these top players that PSG have, seriously, I wouldn't say so. Mbappe is a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. We know this. We know Mbappe is quality. I said that I would sign Mbappe, so I'm not sitting here saying that he's not a very good player. I'm not doing that at all. I'm also not saying that Neymar's not a quality player. We know that they're good players, but Liverpool are looking better defensively this year. So I'm not too concerned. If we was looking at Liverpool and how we were playing last year, I would have said who's going to outscore who against PSG. But we're not looking at Liverpool in the same way this year. We're more compact. We're more solid defensively. So I'm not too worried, guys. I'm not too worried at all. But we shall see. Tony says 22 days of fun. I say, lol, Tony. Tony's obviously sitting there. He's going to get all the beers in. He's telling everyone, look, beers in, 22 days, I'm on the raz. Alright? Paul's in the building. Hello, Daz. Hello, my Paul. How are you tonight, my friend? Good to see you in here as always. Or he says, our intensity is too much for Neymar. Yep. I think that Neymar is going to be rolling left, right and centre. I would go as far as saying that he is going to be practicing his okie dokie. He's going to put his left foot in, his left foot out, and then he's going to throw himself all about. is what we're going to see from Neymar. I'm not worried about Neymar in this one. I think Cavani is the player that is probably going to be their biggest threat, to be honest. It's the players that are more physical that concern me. But when you look at Virgil this season, those physical players aren't getting too much joy, are they? Benteke didn't get too much joy. So I'm not too sure. We could see them score against us for sure. They are a quality team. But I am confident. But these 22 days is ridiculous. We are going to see Firmino. We are going to see Shakiri. We are going to see Daniel Sturridge. That's what I wanted to stress about these 22 days. It is pure madness, as I'm saying. But we are going to see the rotation. We are going to see our new players. We are going to see the squad depth that we've been talking about on this channel. How can we not? How can we not see the squad depth? Because you've got to use the talent that we've got. It's a busy period. There's some fantastic matches to watch right there, guys. There really is. Blue Tick says PSG players haven't experienced the atmosphere at Anfield, and that will get them. I believe we will smash PSG like we did against City in the Champions League. I like that, Blue Tick. And I think I would like to get everyone else's views on that. Obviously, like I say, if you're not watching it live and you watch it back on a replay, leave a comment now. Do you agree with Blue Tick there that we could, that the fans, I'm saying, and the atmosphere at Anfield could play a massive part, especially that first game, you know, at Anfield? Their players are going to be like, oh my days, you know, like the fans really need to help the team in a period like this. You know, Klopp will demand it from us as well, but we should be well up for this as well. We're going to watch some fantastic football. Al Fayed is still going with the LA. I love it. I love the atmosphere in a live chat. Yeah, the watch-alongs are going to be great, of course. Some big games there. I'm really looking forward to the watch-alongs, of course. Robbie says, hi, just joined the channel. How's you, Daz? Thank you for joining, Robbie. I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. Looking forward to these 22 days, Robbie. How about yourself, my friend? People are quite concerned, but the one thing that I did tweet it out. And I put it in the Facebook group as well, which, by the way, a big shout out to everyone. We've just bypassed the 2,000 people, 2,000 Liverpool fans on the Facebook group. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. That grew so fast. So a massive shout out to all of you. Thank you so much to everyone that did join that. Get involved. If you're on Facebook and you're not in that Facebook group, get on there. And if you're in that Facebook group and you enjoy talking to Liverpool fans, then yeah, get involved in the conversations, share the pictures of the Liverpool stuff. You know, it's brilliant to see Liverpool fans talking all the time. That's what I try and do, is put platforms out there for you all to be able to talk. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has joined that. Yeah, I tweeted out and I put out on a Facebook group anyway, I've got lost now, guys. I've got lost. Don't worry about it. It will come back to me. This is what happens. I'll get completely confused. Oh, yeah. after the live stream, obviously I did a live stream, a watch along for the Champions League draw, and I was basically saying that the reaction from Liverpool fans with the group that we're in has been really positive so far. Everyone's like, yes, we're going to finish top of the group. We're good to go. We don't care that we got PSG in there. We don't care that we got Napoli. We're not bothered. Red Star, whoever. And I think it would have been positive if we would have been in there with Real Madrid. A lot of Liverpool fans were calling to be in a group with Real Madrid, and they were champions of the Champions League last year. And it's really good to see. It really is, because I think if we would have got this group last year, everyone would have been like, no, it would have been negative. It would have been a different reaction for sure, at least. And that just goes to show the progression that Liverpool have made within 1 year. We got to the Champions League final last year. We finished in the top 4 again. We've signed some top quality players as well. We've got more squad depth. Sturridge has stayed back this season. Origi stayed back. I just thought I'd say it. But yeah, you know my views on Origi anyway. But yeah, you know, in a general sense, there has been progression on and off the pitch. And I think Liverpool fans are behind the project. And we feel confident that we can beat anyone in the world of football. And it's so good to see. It is really, really good to see. I mean, I've been running this channel now for a good year and a half. And I've done live streams and watch-alongs where we've lost games and where there's been a real negative feel. And, you know, part of running this channel is being there as a Liverpool fan as well, and feeling negative myself, you know, and going through those times with you. And it's so nice to have this real positive feeling as a Liverpool fan myself, and to share it with you guys as well. And we got PSG, we got Napoli, and I know a lot of people are saying it's probably the best time to play Napoli at the moment because of their situations, and I have to agree with that. But yeah, come on, bring it on, guys. Bring on the Champions League group, bring on these 22 days of madness, bring on Chelsea. You know, I spoke to a couple of Chelsea fans today, because obviously where I am, I know quite a few Chelsea supporters, and I said, what's your views on the draw? Are you feeling confident about this? And they was like, not really. They was like, look, they feel that they are going to do all right this year, but they said, to be honest, they don't want to play Liverpool. They was like, you look better, more solid defensively this season, and if anyone can score goals, it's Liverpool. And it's good to actually hear them talk like that, because the Chelsea supporters that I speak to, they're normally up their own backsides, to be honest, guys. So normally they're like, yeah, we're smasher. And for the first time, they was like, we don't want to play you. They was like, come the end of the day, we think that it's going to be a really tough game and you probably will do us. So it was really good to actually be speaking to. And I was actually took back. I was like, really? Oh, yes, we are going to beat you, like, in your face, you gerbils. Like, so yeah, it took me back, to be honest, but it just goes to show that it's not just Liverpool fans that are feeling confident this year. I think other fans are starting to take note of Liverpool because of the clean sheets now as well. The one thing that other fans have always said about Liverpool is, yeah, you're really good going forwards, but you leak goals. And 3 clean sheets this year. If we keep a clean sheet again against Leicester tomorrow, everyone's going to be like, wow, man, Liverpool have got a real good chance of doing stuff now if they're staying solid at the back. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? Promo says got Chelsea twice in a week. Yeah. It's going to be interesting, Pro, isn't it? It's going to be very interesting. Ant is in the building as well. Good to see you in here. He says, Daz, our ground will be bouncing. The PSG game, don't be surprised if it's a Roma-style blitz, creek 100 miles an hour. They won't know what's hit them. And I love that. Absolutely love that. I have to agree as well. I think we will try and blitz them early on in the game, get at them, and then keep that defensive solid shape. Shut up shop. If we could do that, then brilliant. I think that would be brilliant. I don't want to see us sit too deep against PSG, because I think that's where we might come unstuck, because they are quality going forwards, aren't they? Unknown is in the building, and Hero as well. Alan Burns, Jay, good to see you lads in here. Unknown says, we have a great goalkeeper, solid defence, good midfield, and obviously our fantastic front three, so bring them on. I don't care, says Unknown. We don't care, do we, Unknown? Hero says, think we might see 1 or 2 changes to the 11 tomorrow. Who do you think might come in, and who will they replace? I did like a build-up show the other day, Hero, and I agree that I think we might see some changes. And for me, I said that if Klopp does change anyone, I think he might want to give Capitano Henderson some game time. So I said if that was the case, maybe Milner drops out the midfield three, because for me they're very similar, Milner and Henderson. So I said that might be one change. I don't know about anyone else there right now, but yeah, in those 22 days for sure, Hero, we will see some rotation. There's got to be rotation. But who for you, Hero? Let us know in the chat, obviously. Let everyone else know. Wow, the comment section is really going fast tonight. Force is in here as well. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you in it. He says, evening, Daz. Been on my jollies, and now it's good to be back, buddy. It's good to have you back as well, Force. I hope that your holiday was really nice, my friend. Alan says, hey, Daz, good to see you. Good to see you as well, Alan. Jay says, hey, lads. Hey to you as well, Jay. Yeah, guys, obviously, a lot to talk about in this one because we got Leicester tomorrow. We've done a build-up show the other day, but it doesn't matter. If you want to talk about Leicester tomorrow, starting 11s, whatever you guys want to talk about, it's a laid-back one. You talk about Leicester if you want to, talk about Champions League group, these 22 days of madness. I bounce off a live chat. I will talk about whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. Daz says, hey peeps, anyone play PES 2019? Yeah, I haven't. I'm not a PES player. I'm a FIFA player, so I've pre-ordered FIFA. I'll be on that when it comes out, but I know there's a lot of people that do play PES. Gazatron is in as well. Good evening all. Good evening, Gaza. Hope you're fantastic today. Ant says, Daz, just look at the state of Arsenal and Chelsea. Their draws, we want the madness. I fully agree with that, Ant, mate, to be honest. It's better to have fantastic games to watch and the madness than rubbish. Yeah, fully. Chris says, let's go to the knockout stages and KO Barca and show Coutinho he was wrong to leave the family. Yes. Cheers to that, mate. Cheers to that. Fully agree. Bluetick says, how far do you think Liverpool will reach in the Champions League? Ooh. I'm confident that we can have a real good push in it. I don't know how far we would go because my look on it is it depends how good we do in the Premier League as well. If Klopp really thinks that we've got a chance in the Premier League this year, which hopefully we do, then it depends on fixtures and stuff as the season goes on, whether we end up getting injuries throughout the league, because I think we're better equipped to be challenging for the Champions League, the Premier League as well. But if you get an injury or two as the season goes on, you can never really judge how your season ends up going. And if there was an injury or two down the line and we are fighting for the league, then I would say that most Liverpool supporters want to win that Premier League, don't we? If it looked like we wasn't in to win the Premier League, then you would go, all right, try and win the Champions League, don't you? So it's difficult, but hopefully we're fighting for all competitions still, and hopefully those injuries stay at bay. So it's a little bit early, but I think Liverpool, with the squad that we've got, injuries aside, why couldn't we go all the way in the Champions League, my friend, for me? Mickey says, Daz, no waiting for FIFA. Oh, no waiting for FIFA. Oh, what, you don't wait for... you're waiting for FIFA is what you're saying to Daz as well. I get you. Same as me, my friend. I'm waiting for FIFA as well. DZB says, hi from Glasgow. Shout out for my boy David's birthday, 13 today. Yes, DZB. Obviously, messaged me earlier. I want to say a massive shout out to David. Happy 13th birthday today, my friend. I hope that you've had a fantastic day and got everything that you wanted as well. DZB obviously joins in on a live stream, and I know that you support Liverpool as well. So great to see that another Liverpool supporters in the world. You chose good, and may it continue as well. Happy birthday to you, as I say. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, my friend. Daz says, I think we can beat anyone. I'm just worked about fatigue. Oh, you're worried about fatigue. Yes, busy period. Like I say, there's got to be a lot of rotation in there for sure. There has to be. This is why I'm saying we will see Firmino, we will see Shakiri, and we're going to see Daniel Sturridge and Adam Lallana. Obviously, in my little update video that I did yesterday, I wasn't able to do one today, guys, because it was my partner, her stepdad that passed away a few years ago. It was his birthday today, so we had a bit of a family get together today, so I didn't do an update video today, so apologies, but you know, I had to do that today, guys. So yes, yesterday's update video, I was talking about Adam Lallana getting a call up to England, and I was like, oh, I'm a bit worried because one, we don't like international friendlies because of, yes, injury worries and stuff like that. Adam Lallana, I just worry if he goes away, gets injured again. Oh, we don't want it. We don't want it. We want to keep him fit just for selection, don't we, at least? LJ says, I would rather lose against Chelsea in a cup than the league. I'm with you on that one, LJ, to be honest. I want to keep going good in the league, but I think a lot of people would say the cup, maybe, because the league you can lose games in the league and still go, can't you? So I don't know. That would be a good question to everyone, I guess. Robbie says, hey, Daz just joined. Good to see you in here, Robbie. Hope you're good. Okay, still a good signing for them. Mr. Mac's in here as well. Hiya, Daz. Hey, chat. Hiya, Mr. Mac. Good to see you in tonight. Kush is in as well. He says, I am desperate to see more Shakiri, Daz. Me too. Me too, my friend. I want to see Shakiri start to get more game time for Liverpool. We will see it very shortly, of course. Definitely, mate. Definitely, we've got to. And I think he's going to be a real player for us. I really do, once he starts playing like Firmino. Hopefully. Daz, mate, title explanation. 22 days of pure madness. Let me get this up. It's because of the fixtures. I'll get it up in front of me so that I can actually read it out with the days. Then it would all make sense at that point. Right, so Liverpool, obviously, we have the international break, and then we've got Tottenham away on September the 15th. Then we got PSG at home on September the 18th. Then we got Southampton at home on September the 22nd. Then we got Chelsea at home on September the 25th. Then we got Chelsea away on September the 29th. And then we got Napoli on October the 3rd. And then we got Manchester City at home on October the 7th to round it off. So 22 days of craziness, guys. Absolute craziness of fixtures. Those games make for great entertainment for us to watch, but there's going to be a lot of rotation, and it's going to be a real test. I'm telling you, that is, like I say, pure madness. 22 days of pure madness for Liverpool. But hopefully, can you imagine? People are talking about Liverpool really pushing City this year and being favourites for this, favourites for that, and we got to win Silverware. What would you do if Liverpool won every single one of them fixtures and we walked away with it, and Klopp just like afterwards was, after the City game, they just went up to him and was like, have you got anything to say? You know, you've just done this massive 22 days of pure madness, as on the bench called it. What's your views on it? And Klopp was just like, boom. It'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? It would be amazing. Blue Tick says, Daz, Liverpool are the dangerous team for me in the group. They say PSG will top it. Here is why PSG, coming from not a very competitive league, and we playing in a very tough league, we will be dominant. Blue Tick, I'm with you. I am fully with you with that, my friend. I think people say about, you know, PSG and their spending power and their top players. The top players that play for them, they are used to playing against teams that are at a lower level than Liverpool. Liverpool have got quality players that play at a real high intensity, and we are used to playing against teams that are higher level than what PSG are used to playing against. So we are going to be going into this, you know, more prepared, in my honest opinion. PSG aren't going to be prepared well enough, I don't think, anyway. I think, as I say, I'm not expecting Liverpool to blitz PSG. I'm not expecting Liverpool to come out there and, you know, conquer all of Europe in a sense of 5-0s, 4-0s, situations like that. It'd be lovely if we can, but I think this season Liverpool are concentrating on keeping clean sheets. Defend first, the goals will come. That's my look at it. I really do honestly think that Liverpool will stay more compact and we will beat these teams. I'm confident of it. I'm positive that Liverpool can top the group, but I'm not scared of PSG at all, guys. I've seen comments of PSG fans saying that they are concerned about Liverpool, that they are, you know, they're looking at the group and going, well, Napoli, they're a good team as well. I've also seen PSG fans say they're going to run away with the group. So it's difficult. It's difficult to judge where their head is at. They are a little bit cocky. I wouldn't get too cocky if I was them. I'm not being cocky with my views. I'm just looking at it as Liverpool this season. I don't think any team can look at Liverpool and say, this is how Liverpool are definitely going to play, because we're playing different to how we did last year. And we was a team that got all the way to the Champions League final last year. So why wouldn't we be the favourites to top our group? It's just my honest opinion. DZB had said about the shout out for the birthday there, so my chat's jumped again. David Wilkins in the building, Maverick's in as well. Good to see you guys here. Stephen Owens with a thumbs up. EG's in as well. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Hope you're all good. Luke is in. Stephen says, I love the smell of clean sheets in the morning. Stephen, me too. I can't smell nothing at the moment. My nose is fully blocked. I've got this poxy head cold or something that's going on, and it's doing my head in. Mo Patel as well. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Arthur Morris. Hi, Daz. Great channel. Going tomorrow. Think we will win 3-1. What score do you think, mate? I went with a 2-1, so I'm very close to you, Arthur. Good to see that you're going as well. Cheer on the lads for us, mate. Cheer on. Get the volume of the supporters going. Obviously, an away game, so yeah, the fans will play a good part in this, won't they? So thank you for joining me tonight, mate. Obviously, it'll be up early doors for you. Maverick says, I don't think any of the top three has really got into their stride. I don't think so either, Maverick. I think you're spot on with it, to be honest. I think, to be honest, I feel like it takes time anyway for everyone to get to their best. It really does. But once everyone starts getting to their best, I think Liverpool's best is going to be better this year, because we know how good we can be when our attack clicks. And if our attack clicks on top of the defending that we're seeing now, oh wow, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. DZB says 4-0 LFC winner on Saturday. I love the confidence, DZB. I really do. I would love for a result like that. I would love for another clean sheet like you guys are saying. I would love to see us walk away with a clean sheet and a couple of goals at least in that game. I went with a 2-1 myself just because I think it's our toughest opponent yet. I think they've got goals in them. I think Maddison, Gray, I think they're dangerous. I don't think we should underestimate them. People saying about Vardy being out. Yes, it's a result for us that he's not there, but I don't think that we should fully look at that and go, yeah, that means that they won't score. They've got threats. Maguire's a threat from set pieces as well. So I'm looking at they could score, but Liverpool teams could have scored against us anyway this year, and they just haven't so far. Maverick said that. Stephen saying about the clean sheets. Luke says, hi Daz, if Bobby doesn't score next game, should Sturridge be given a chance? It's a valid point, Luke, in the sense of normally if your striker's not scoring or if a player's not performing, you take him out of the team and you give someone else a shot. And I think Klopp has said, obviously, if a player is performing better in training, then they've got a chance of playing, and that we could see changes this week. So, yeah, I guess in that situation, maybe. But I look at Daniel Sturridge, and I don't know whether we do risk him just yet because of the 22 days of madness we could do with Daniel in that spell for sure. It's difficult because I don't know how reliable Sturridge would be, how reliable his body is. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you take Bobby out, and does that hurt his confidence a bit? What Bobby gives to you, he might not be scoring, but what he gives you in other aspects of his game, that might hurt players like Salah, Mane, even the midfielders. You know, his work rate, his tracking back, everything. What he does from the front, he starts the press. It could hurt us in so many other ways. What he gives to us is a lot more than what I think a player like Daniel Sturridge would up front. So it's very difficult, Luke, but it's a valid point, and I'll be interested to see what other people have to say as well. EG says, I'm back. What have I missed, Daz? Not much, mate. It's a general discussion tonight. Obviously, Lazar Markovic, seems like he's joining Anderlecht on a 2.9 million fee, which is very cheap, but I did see something, and I don't know how true it is, that Liverpool could have put in there with a 50% sell-on fee clause, something along the lines. I don't know how true that is at the moment. I just saw that someone had put that somewhere, and I was like, wow, if that's true, then it makes sense, because 2.9 million for Markovic, I know that he didn't really work at Liverpool, but 2.9 million is really, really cheap, isn't it? Markovic could go somewhere and do a job. I said it before. He's still a player with ability, isn't he? It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, Markovic looks like his time at Liverpool is actually finally up, guys. DZB says, what time is kickoff on Saturday? It's 12:30, my friend. 12:30, early kickoff, not great. We don't like early kickoffs, do we? We really don't like early kickoffs for Liverpool. Yeah, Stephen's just saying 12:30 as well. So yeah, thank you for reassuring me, because I always get my times wrong. I say it and I have to think, hang on a minute, am I right with that one? Maverick says, no complacency tomorrow, chaps. Let's work for the 3 points. Yeah, I agree with that one. We need to make sure we're on our game for definite. I'm going to put the Skype up and the image. I'm going to get my headset. Live call-ins are active on the show. So if you want to call into the channel and you want to get your views out, then now is the time that you can do so, everyone. Maz says, Daz, you look like Shia LaBeouf. Maz, I know, my friend. Like, I always say it, of all the actors that you could look like, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Shia bloody LaBeouf. Just do it, or whatever his saying is. Great show as always, Daz. 3-1 LFC win. Thank you, Rishi, my friend. I hope you're good today. Yeah, 3-1. As I said, I went with 2-1. So, Rishi, we're very similar with our score predictions, my friend, and I would take it. I would take a 1-0. I would take a 2-1. Anything. First caller on the show, guys. Let's get it. There you go. Hello. Oh,
hello there. It's
hello
here.
Oh, welcome to the channel, my friend. How are you?
I'm all right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, my friend. What do you want to talk about? The show is yours.
Well, I'm going to say, I think tomorrow 3-0. I think tomorrow straight away 3-0, no easy. No, easy win.
Easy win, 3-0. Yeah, that would be fantastic, mate. So you're not bothered about Leicester at all. Is that because Vardy's missing? Is it just because you think that Liverpool have been so good so far this year?
Yeah, there is that, and they're also very balanced this year. We're very balanced.
So we're very balanced. Who do you reckon is going to be the standout man for Liverpool in the game against Leicester? Do you think it's going to come down to the attack? Obviously, you went with 3 goals for Liverpool. Is it going to be a striker or a midfielder that's going to boss this game tomorrow for us?
I think we're going to have. I think Alisson will be our key man tomorrow, I think.
Alisson, so 3 goals for Liverpool, but the clean sheet. So do you think Leicester's going to actually be able to, pepper our goal with shots, but Alisson's going to be the key man?
I think also that Dijk and Gomez will have a big impact as well, I think. And I think also with that, I think we're also going to have, we will also going to have, I think Keita might make a big impact perhaps as well. Yeah,
so obviously, Virgil, Gomez have been solid so far. Now, you brought up about Naby Keita having a really good game as well. Do you think the reason we've been so solid defensively this season, that could be down to Naby Keita coming into the team? Because Keita himself spoke about his game is very much about defending before it is attacking in midfield. He's been solid so far when it comes to the defending side of his game for me.
But Keita does go forward when he wants to go forward, and he has done well going forward. He breaks the lines up very well.
Yeah, so you think he's been better going forwards in midfield than what he has actually been defensively then?
Of late, yes. Well, of what I've seen him, yeah. Of what I've seen of him, then yes, he has done that very well.
Yeah, so has Keita been the best of the midfield 3 so far for you this season? Because you said that he was going to be, one of the standout performers tomorrow for you. Or Milner or Genie. Which one of the midfield 3 has been the best so far for you?
Well, Milner has always been a consistent player. He always has been consistent in that respect.
Yeah, so Milner's really impressed you so far then?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So 3-0 against Leicester tomorrow. You're saying that obviously Naby Keita, Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Alisson will probably all be key men in this game. So it sounds very much like you think that Leicester will have a real go at Liverpool. Obviously it's at their ground, but we will be strong yet again defensively. Obviously this show we were talking about 22 days of pure madness. How good do you think Liverpool are going to do in those 22 days? Are you confident or are you a little bit like, oh?
I think we will come unstuck at some point. I think we will, at some point, we will come unstuck. I think that, we won't, we can't win every game. Simple as that,
Yeah, so there's going to come a point, and it might be very much likely in these 22 days that Liverpool will come unstuck, in your words. But out of those teams then, in the 22 days, which team do you think is most likely to, you know, rattle Liverpool then?
I think the tough one, I think, could be. I think, again, one of these teams that we always think that will always give us some trouble. You know,
So you've got the two Chelsea games next to each other. You've got Chelsea at home, and then we've got them away. So do you think that perhaps we could beat Chelsea at home on the 25th, and then on the 29th when we go to play them away, do you think that maybe we might be a little bit tired come that fixture? Obviously, before that, we've played Tottenham, PSG, Southampton. So Chelsea away could be quite a difficult one.
Well, the thing is, and also Chelsea will have an incentive to beat us if we, if we beat them in the cup. So we'll see.
Yeah, obviously the cup is the one at home, isn't it? So do you think that Liverpool prioritise the cup one, or do you reckon we let them have the cup and maybe just stick to the league, or what? What's your views on that? Because I've seen so many Liverpool fans online say, let them have the cup and we just do well in the league. What's your views on that? Do you reckon go all out for the cup?
I think Klopp, I think he wants the league this year. But I also think that in the back of his mind, I think he won the cup as well. But I think he wants the league, primarily, Klopp.
Yeah, well, all Liverpool fans want to win this bloody league, don't we? But so many people are saying that Liverpool need to win Silverware in general, and if we don't win Silverware this year, especially with the squad we've got, then people are going to start questioning Klopp. Do you think that sort of thing might play on Klopp's mind, and he might start to be looking at this and going, well, do you know what? We have got a good squad now, and we should be winning something this year. Do you think that would stress Klopp, you know, this season? Do you think he does feel a bit stressed over this?
Well, the thing is this. I think he's got some in mind. I think some player from France or somewhere, player from abroad that he's looking at, and that he wants to continually still strengthen the team.
So you don't actually think that Klopp's done with transfers yet? You think
not at all.
Klopp still needs to add a few more players before Klopp is like,
definitely.
right, now I've got my team, then people can start to, you know, get on my back over me winning things. The
best managers don't settle with what they have. They always want to add and strengthen. When managers start to think, oh, I've got my team, that's when they start to come unstuck and when they start to falter.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you're Jose Mourinho, I mean, that bloke just wants to just buy everyone and actually can't train or coach anyone whatsoever.
No, Klopp won't do that.
No, of course he won't. Thank you for phoning into the show, my friend. It's been an absolute pleasure getting you on, and hopefully hear from you again in the future, my friend.
Anyway, I'll hang up now, yes. I'll let them speak.
Yeah, take care, buddy. Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fantastic to get another call in on the show there. Some really good points there. You know, I was talking about you know, the 22 days could be a spell that Liverpool end up. Could that be the time that, as the caller was saying, we come unstuck? It's true. You know, those 22 days is pure madness, as I put in the title. I'm hoping and I'm confident that Liverpool do really well, but there will come a time this season that Liverpool may tire, we may field a weaker team, and we may drop points in the league. Let me know your views on it, guys. If you're watching it back, if you're in a live chat right now, let me know what your views are. Put it this way, out of these fixtures in these 22 days, which one of these fixtures do you think Liverpool may come unstuck, as the caller said? Preston says, hello Preston, how are you? Kloppite as well, welcome to the live stream, my friends. Josh is in the building. He says, I'm all in for the league, we need the league. I have to agree, Spurs away is a tricky one, says Stephen. Yeah, Stephen, I'm with that. Obviously at Wembley, it is tricky, and it's the first game of this 22 days as well. So I'm hoping that Liverpool do start the 22 days off well. International break, away at Wembley. Then you've got PSG, then Southampton, then Chelsea at home, Chelsea away, Napoli and Manchester City to round it off. So 22 days of pure madness for anyone that's just joined. It's ridiculous. Preston says, Daz, you legend. Preston, you legend. Boom. There you go. Fist bump to you. Issa says PSG is tough. So Issa, PSG for you is obviously the fixture that you think that we may struggle with. I would say that that's quite a safe bet, that they are probably the toughest opponents out of them ones. But as I was saying, you know, the Chelsea home one is the League Cup. The Chelsea away is the Premier League. So is the Chelsea away one the one that Liverpool go, right, we prioritise the Cup and then we play a weaker team, maybe in the Premier League one, which is the away game. It's a few days later, so it's difficult, guys. It's difficult. Always says, I'm going to bed now. Early night for me. Good night, Daz. Good night, chat. You're never alone. Thanks for your time, Daz. You're always welcome, Always. Good night to you. I hope that you have a fantastic day tomorrow, my friend. And thank you, as always, for joining. Tibok, you're famous now. How does it feel? Has it sunk in? I have not been negative, says Blue Tick. Kevin says, lovely Pokemon stuff, says Kevin. Daz says, Daz, I think we can't drop points so early in the league. Yeah, I don't want to be dropping points, Daz, to be honest. I really don't want to see us drop points. It's one of those where it's difficult because as a Liverpool fan, you don't like the thought of Liverpool maybe fielding a weaker team and thinking, oh, maybe we drop points here because it's not as important as a cup. But I don't know. I don't know how Klopp does approach it. This is why it's very important that I wanted to put the question out there and see where your guys' heads are at with it. And it would be interesting to see. I would love to be a fly on the wall here or be in Klopp's brain for one day just to see what he had to think. And of course, if I knew how Klopp thought for one day, I would come straight on a live stream and tell all of you guys because that's what it would be about, wouldn't it? Hero says, Tibok, I'd be all over the place, mate. I get nerves, you know. Tibok says, lol, hardly famous, more like infamous. Lol, Hero. I will have a good day if it starts off with 3 points. Good night, everyone. That's so true. And hopefully it does start off with 3 points as well. Josh says, if we make it through these 22 days unbeaten, then I think we'll be favourites to top the group, the league and the cup. Josh, yeah, 100%. How could we not be favourites if we manage to get through these 22 days unbeaten? That would be ridiculous. Daz, are you going to any of the matches this season? Isa, I really don't know at the moment. One of my priorities that I've said this season is definitely to the channel and to you guys with the watch-alongs. I want to go to some games for sure this year, but I haven't got any planned matches, if that makes sense. My brother always ends up getting hold of me and goes, right, Daz, I can get tickets for this. Do you want to come? So no doubt I will end up going to some games, but I really don't know which ones yet. But when I do, you guys will know because I won't be doing a watch along. I mean, if any of you are going to them, then hopefully we get to meet up and we can go for a drink or something before the game or after. Yeah, just meet a few of you would be really nice. But yeah, the main priority this season is to get the watch-alongs going, talk to you guys, and it'd be fantastic. Mickey says, I'll call in. Mickey, jump on it, my friend. Get on the call in. Let's get Mickey on the show. Hear what Mickey's got to say. It'd be fantastic to have another call in on the show live. That'd be brilliant. Emma says, hello, Emma. How are you, my friend? Here we go. Hello, good evening, Mickey. How are you, my friend?
I'm fantastic, thanks, Daz. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. I'm better now to see you on here as well. What do you want to talk about, mate? The show is yours.
I've got 2 points. The first one is after seeing the Europa League draw today, which was, I haven't heard of half the sides, to be honest. I had to look them up.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we were in the Champions League drawing big-ass teams like Napoli and Paris Saint-Germain. That just makes me proud.
Yeah, we should be. We should be proud. Some people are still nervous and negative over this, but as you just said, it's better to be in a competition playing against these big teams. And that's where Liverpool belong, mate, isn't it, really? We should be playing and being in these competitions, shouldn't we?
Yeah, mate, we should. The Champions League, for me, is a minimum to qualify for every year. Anything else is a bonus. That's the minimum. And to go on to the draw as well, there was a lot of big teams that went few when we were drawn in the other group. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, for me, this Champions League group thing, I wouldn't have cared what group I was in, to be honest, this year, mate. I'm that confident as a Liverpool fan that whoever we get, I feel like Liverpool are good enough to get through any group that we would have been put in. I know it would have been tough, and I know that it is going to be tough. There's no disrespect to any of the clubs. I think if you're in the Champions League, you are up against top opponents, and that is the point of being in the bloody Champions League, isn't it? So, yeah, I really don't think it would have mattered to me what group we was in. I know there's some tougher groups and some less tough groups, but at the same time, mate, we're Liverpool Football Club. We are Liverpool Football Club. So, exactly. Yeah. What's your views on these 22 days, mate? Do you think Liverpool can ride it? Or what? Yeah, what is your overall views on it?
This was my second point. This is the time now where the squad players, the ones that are on the fringes that aren't getting into the side, people like Firmino, Shakiri, this is time for them to become heroes and jump in. And same as Sturridge, this is his chance now to prove that he can get another contract because he's last year. This is their chance. They know it. They knew this was coming. Yeah, Klopp knew this was coming. And he even said in today's press conference, I've played the same team 3 times. It won't happen now. So I'm more than confident. I was so happy with the signings. I'm more than confident looking at the bench. And even beyond the bench, you're looking at people like Klein, for, you know, all the others that, and then young Phillips as well. These have all got a part to play, especially in the 2 Chelsea games. You'll see 2 different sides to them 2 Chelsea games. I'm 100% certain of that.
Yeah, and we should be able to field 2 different sides as well. As you said, you look at the players that we're not playing at the moment and the squad depth that we actually do have, and we are more than capable of fielding 2 teams. I mean, I saw a picture, an image somewhere, and it showed that practically the team that's not playing at the moment that Liverpool have got that we could field is similar to a team that we had 2 seasons ago. It wasn't far off, bar like Shakiri, and it was someone else. I think Firmino was added to that as well. But it was just the same team that we had like 2 seasons ago, and it was like how far Liverpool have come, really, because our starting 11 now is completely different. But yeah, I think we do have to see this rotation. I really like your wording in the fact that the players that aren't playing that will be used, it's time for them to become heroes, because that's what it's about. If they get their shot now, they need to stand up and they need to take it, don't they, Mickey? Because Klopp speaks very much about these players in training. They get their chance to show that they should be selected. And I felt like players like your Markovic over the time, Origi's, they must not try hard enough in training. They must not show that they're good enough to even get in the manager's minds. And
let's be honest, they're not good enough for Liverpool. They never have been and they never will be.
No. Well, Origi staying back, for instance, this winter, he's going to be used as a squad player or whatever. If you was that lad right now, mate, yeah, you've got a chance to stay back at Liverpool Football Club and get some more game time. Why would you throw it away? What must be going through these lads' heads?
I don't know, but I mean, so when our players go out on loan, I do keep an eye on them. And last year when he went out, you know what I mean, his goal, he didn't score a goal for months and months and months. And he was in and out the side. And I watched a couple of his games and he just simply wasn't. I don't know whether he's got all the basic skills, but for some reason his brain isn't a footballing brain. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It isn't as sharp as the top players.
Yeah, because I think, as you just said, he's got the skill set, because there was a point in his Liverpool career where I thought, oh, we've got a player here. You know, he was out-muscling people. Remember, he said that he had to beef up a little bit, didn't he? And he started throwing his weight around a little bit. He was doing what he was meant to do. And I thought, oh, here we go. You know, Origi looks good. And with Sturridge, with his injury record and stuff like that, I thought this is his time to really nail down being Liverpool's #1 striker. And he just threw it away, mate. And it probably does come down to what you just said. He hasn't got the footballing brain that it takes, really, to be a top striker. And I don't know, mate. I think I look at the players like Ojo, for instance, and he's gone on loan. And a lot of people say he needs to work on his end product. And does he end up having a future at Liverpool in the end? Or does he end up going down the route of Origi? What's your views over Ojo, mate? Do you reckon he comes back from a loan stronger?
I personally believe Liverpool are trying to raise his price for a sale. I think there's quite a few that have gone out for. The only ones I think they're planning to keep are Wilson. I think the others have been loaned out to raise the price. To be honest, I mean, it's a good way of raising the price. They're not going to raise the price by sitting on the bench at Liverpool. And I think that's what Liverpool tried to do with Origi last year, and obviously his price obviously went down, which is disappointing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? That is literally like the worst thing that can happen. That's like loaning your car to your mate, like to say, oh yeah, you can borrow the car for a week with the intent that you're going to buy it. Like, yeah, drive it around for a bit, like see how it feels, see how comfortable it is. And when it breaks down while he's borrowed it, and he's like, yeah, I don't want the car, mate. You know, oh, great.
You know, there's quite a few players at Liverpool which may force a move through in next summer because they're not in the side. But it's time to, you know, have a look at a few areas next summer as well, just as backup people, not really first teamers, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
What areas would you back up in that sense, mate?
Left back for definitely, because I'm not a fan of Moreno anyway. So he's a penalty and a goal giveaway every game to me. Yeah. And I think Nathaniel Klein won't like being on the bench all season. So
do you think he pushes for a move out?
Yeah, because I think he's not even getting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It's a shame, really, because he really is a good right back. But we've got, if you remember, we got Gomez that can move across when Lovren's fit as well. So Gomez can do both.
Yeah.
Which is good. But going back to the Champions League, more on about Gomez while I can think about it is, do you remember that England game that Gomez played against Brazil and he had Neymar in his pocket all night?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is what's annoyed me about, I think it might have been the 90-minute lads, but there's a clip, and I don't know whether you've seen it, mate, but they are laughing, saying about Mbappe running at Robbo, and I've seen it shared on social media today, and I get it, mate. I get that Mbappe is a quality player. I get that Neymar is a quality player, but for them to sit there and for people to be laughing, thinking that Mbappe or Neymar could run rings around our young defence is ridiculous. Absolutely, that's laughable to think that they could possibly do that, because there's nothing that tells me that we should be worried. They're quality players, but they're going to have a battle on their hands. It's going to be a good, entertaining battle up both ends, in my opinion. I would say that their defence is weaker than ours at the moment. What's your views on that?
Yeah, well, we like I mentioned to you yesterday on the call-in, I really believe that they suffer from the same thing Celtic do, is they're too dominant in a weak league, so they don't really have a challenge. So they only have to up themselves 10% to win, where in the Champions League, where Liverpool only have to up it a little tiny bit because the Premier League's really competitive, they have to up it quite a lot to compete. Now, they normally blitz through the first stage and then get knocked out straight away. Look at what Real Madrid did to them. They absolutely pummeled them last season.
Yeah. I think they might come unstuck, mate, to be honest, because I know people are saying about Napoli and they're saying, oh, yeah, it's a good time to play them. But can you imagine if both us and them did them over? They might end up going out early, you know.
What gives us an advantage is we're playing Paris Saint-Germain first at Anfield.
Yeah.
That gives us that they won't know they won't be prepared for that. They can look at videos, they can do what they want and everything else, but they won't be prepared for what happens. And you hear teams, if you listen to what Alisson said when he moved to Liverpool, he's on about, well, you know, my memory of Anfield isn't a good one, but I remember the crowd. He says, "But we prepared all week, but wasn't prepared for what actually happened." And you hear that every time a European side comes to Liverpool. It's something you can't prepare for, I think. And I really think that we're going to blitz them. And like you said, they could be 6 points down. They could be 6 points down before it starts. I think personally, we won't win every game, but I think we'll finish top of the group.
Yeah, because I think there's going to be some upsets in there. I really do. I don't think it's going to be clear cut. I don't think. I see why people are saying about PSG being favourites just because of the personnel that they've got. But I would say that they can be got at for sure. So yeah, especially if we hurt them big time in that first game, I think that the other teams might take a bit of confidence from that, to be honest, as well.
We just need a strong ref on that first game because you know what Neymar's going to do. You can already see it.
I really can't stand people that throw themselves everywhere. Maverick obviously was answering there, but we were talking about Klein. He says Klein will definitely leave as lacks enough offensive prowess. That's a massive talking point with Klein, and I always say Klein is really strong defensively, but he annoys me in the sense that when he gets up the wing, he gets right up to the top. I mean, he always stops, doesn't he, mate? And he turns around and he looks to pass it back into midfield for someone to cross it in. And it's so predictable. And that is why I don't think Klein will ever work under Jurgen Klopp, to be honest, because I think Klopp expects more from his right and left backs. I really do. He brought Robbo in and he took the mick out of Robbo, saying that it was good to see that he found his cross again, his delivery. Do you know what I mean? In games, Klopp wants to see them deliveries into the box. I just don't think that Klein can offer that. That's my look at it. But do you think that Klein could adapt his game and put more deliveries into the box?
Well, he's going to have to adapt his game, isn't he, to get in the side? It's just simple as that. You know, Trent's that far ahead now. He's ultimately the number one right back at Liverpool. He's probably the number one right back in the country, to be honest. I know Trippier's good at free kicks, but I think Trent's got a little bit more to him. But also Trent's got a few years to catch up with Trippier. Trippier is a great player, I know, but I just look at Trent and feel, yes, what a player. There's some things he's got to iron out in his game. His crossing goes a bit wayward sometimes, but you can just see something there. And his long passes are just beautiful.
Oh, that kid, it's almost like he just sees the pitch in a different view to other people sometimes. It's like when you hear world-class players talk about the game, they talk about it slightly different to everyone else. And they say, when they relive certain matches and certain moments of the games, they say they saw movement of a certain player make a drifting running. And I think, you know, I saw my mate Gary or something running down the wing one day, but I don't see it the way they see it. Do you know what I mean? And I was pretty good. I was pretty decent at football, but the professional players, they read the game so differently. And I think Trent is on that level when it comes to his passing. And I think, as you say, if some of that end product starts to get better this season, then everyone's going to be raving about Trent again this year. And as he starts getting older and the experience gets a bit more in him as well, you know, we've got ourselves one of the best right backs in the world. And I think, does he end up moving into midfield for you? Do you think he should just stay at right back, or do you think that he should move into midfield?
Stay at right back. Yeah. He's the right-sided version of Ashley Cole for me.
Yeah, I would keep him at right back. There you go. Right-sided version of Ashley Cole. There you go. That's a good way of putting it. Damien with a £2 donation.
He's bad for years, isn't he, Ashley Cole?
Yeah, he's so true.
To aim for.
And there you go. And Ashley Cole, I did Ashley Cole's fencing. I used to be a fencer, and I did his fencing for one of his houses. He wasn't there, but I met his missus before he was with what's her name, the singer. I did the fencing for one of his houses. Posh. So flashy, their houses, mate. Seriously, I was like, oh, hello, this is a bit dapper, isn't it? Damien with a £2 donation. Thank you so much to you, Damien. Thank you so much. Hope you've had a fantastic day, my friend. Yeah, really appreciate it, mate. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Mickey?
Well, one thing I want to ask you about is about Shakiri. Are you excited about Shakiri? Because I am, and I'm waiting for Klopp to release him. Because I personally believe he's going to start tomorrow.
Pull the trigger on him. Yeah. I'm really excited about him. Really excited. I think I was excited about the signing before it even come. And before we even knew that Liverpool was signing him, me and my brother was talking about this. My brother my brother knows more about football in a general sense, if that makes sense. He don't just watch and listen about Liverpool, whereas I'm more all about Liverpool. He watches everything. And he said, me and him were talking, and I went, whoever gets Shakiri probably gets one of the signings of the summer. And my brother was like, yeah, for sure. He was like, that. He's such a good player. And I think if he gets a move to one of the top 4 clubs, if it's not Liverpool, then we've missed a trick. So we were both on the same wavelength. And then when it looked like we could get him, I was like, please just get him. And I kept coming on a live stream saying, oh, we might get him. And there was a bit of a 50-50 reaction. And I was like, I hope that we get him. And I hope that he comes in and smashes it. So, yeah, I'm really excited because we saw in pre-season that he obviously can play a few different positions. And I think he can play the Klopp way, mate. I really do. I know the one thing that I've noticed that Liverpool fans are dying to see, and that is if he will track back. That's the one thing that everyone that I've spoke to is saying he can probably do everything, but will he track back? In a game in the Premier League, when we are under the cosh and they are attacking, will Shakiri, lift his head up and do a 100-metre sprint back down the pitch to defend? If he does that a couple of times in a game, then amazing. That is what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Isn't he, to stay in that? Listen, he's gone there. Klopp's told him what he wants from him. He's not put him in the side straight away. He's obviously coaching. That's what I think they're coaching into him. Do this forward stuff's fantastic. Just do your natural game for that. But when we ain't got the ball, this is where you need to be. And I think that's what and I think personally, he can do that job because he's a strong. People don't realise he might be small, but he's strong.
Yeah, he's strong as an ox, mate. I mean, remember when we was about to sign him, everyone was like, oh, like he needs to lose a bit of weight and stuff. He looks like he's carrying a bit of weight. There doesn't look like there's an ounce of fat on that lad. He literally looks ripped. I mean, if I take my top off, there's fat on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that lad is ripped. Like, he's just... Yeah. I think he will tone up a bit more. He will slim a bit more because I think everyone, when they come into a Klopp team, they get even fitter, don't they? Because it's how Klopp works. You've got to be so fit to play under Jurgen Klopp. So he will get better. His fitness will raise. I am really excited, mate. I think it was a great question. I think us as Liverpool fans should be excited because I think Shakiri could be one of those missing pieces. Everyone's talking about we needed a playmaker because everyone was wanting Fekir. I think Shakiri could end up becoming that playmaker, and we're crying out for a set piece taker, mate, aren't we? Really, a free kick taker.
We are. Personally, and this is my personal view, is we looked at Shakiri, then we went for Fekir. We found the problem with the knee, so we thought, sod that. We can go and get Shakiri for 13 million, and I think that's what they did, and that's why the deal was dead.
Yeah, because Fekir said, I don't even know the reason why. Only Liverpool know. So there you go.
Honestly,
and maybe Mickey knows as well.
Fekir failed his medical. I really don't think we was going to get both.
Yeah. Do you reckon we end up going back in there for Fekir in the end? You think it's dead?
I don't know. He didn't play very well tonight, did he? So
I haven't seen it. Obviously, I had a family thing. Did they?
They lost 1-0 to Nice. He didn't look happy in the photo shoot wearing the jersey, for the new jerseys. He looks like a player that wants to leave, if you know what I mean. Like Coutinho wanted to leave, but he pulled it out of the bag, and so did Suarez. But then you look at what's his name? The one at Forest, the one that went on strike. Can't remember his name. You got to remember him. In the 90s, the Dutch lad. He just looks like him. Doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
It's a shame for the lad, really. It's a shame for the lad. But I think if Liverpool do go back in for him, it's not going to be for the 40-50 million Leon want.
Oh, God, no. My view on it is I kind of feel like Liverpool might have played a really, really clever game with it. And, I don't want to say this to get anyone's hopes up because the way I think we should all look at it is Fekir is dead. But if we look at it that way, that's with the intent that maybe it happens in the future, but just don't get your hopes up. But Liverpool could have been really, really clever in the sense that we just go, we're too big of a club to play your stupid game. like to Leon. Leon was like, oh no, we want this amount, and Liverpool was like, no, you know, we've got some concerns there over the knee, so we want to lower the fee. We're not going to pay what was agreed, so we're not going to pay that. And then Leon would go, but we agreed that. And Liverpool go, no. And then we're like, right, we'll pull out because we're not playing your silly games. And then, you know, Leon would try and tempt us back in. They've done it with other clubs and it's worked in the past, but Liverpool have just stayed quiet on it because we're not a small club and we don't need to, you know, play these silly games. So no one really knew the truth, but the player wants to move. He's not happy there. Leon want to sell the player because, let's face it, they're not going to get a lot of money for him. He's not happy. He ain't got long left on his contract. And people now know that he's got a bit of a dodgy knee that could go at any time. It's a bit of a loaded weapon there. So, you know, Liverpool could have played this really smart. And next transfer window, if Liverpool decide to just give his agent a little nudge and go, if we can get him at a good price, we would still be willing to, you know, sign him. Maybe it sparks up again in the future. But as I say, I wouldn't get my hopes up at all. And I definitely am not going to be following it as much as what I did before. I knew that Liverpool was targeting him massively. That's why I followed it so much before. But yeah, it went really funny. It really did, mate. It was one of the worst transfers ever.
A great summer, didn't it? Everyone was so down about it, I think.
Yeah. It was mental, mate. Honestly, mate, I've been running this channel for about a year and a half. There's been a few transfer windows in it, and it was the worst transfer to try and follow that I've done so far. It really was absolutely crazy. It was shocking, really shocking. Emma says, I can't donate today. Sorry, Daz. Emma, please, never. I'm grateful for your donations that you've always done, but to anyone, honestly, I'd rather you all keep your money and spend it on yourselves, your families, whatever. Honestly, I never expect it. I always appreciate it, but honestly, guys, just leave a thumbs up on the live streams. Join me when I go live and leave your views on Liverpool. That's all I ever can expect and ask. Tibok says Cheryl Cole, you mean, Daz? That's the one. I never met her. It was his bird before her, whatever her name was. Cheryl Cole. I couldn't even think of what her name was, but yeah, he's had a few, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's his secret to being a good player. I don't know.
Yeah, just keep fresh and up with the girls, mate. That's what it is. I'll tell you what though, their houses and the gardens that are really nice. I'll tell you another player. What's his name? Coleman. He was Fulham manager.
Yeah, Chris Coleman.
Yeah, we did his fencing as well. His wife, absolutely stunning and really, really, really nice. But a funny story for you guys, and they're not going to see this anyway, but two of the lads that I was working with, Dave was one of them. We called him Woggle Eye Dave because he had a fake eye in from an accident from years ago. But he turned around and went to me. He was like, I need to go to the toilet. So I was like, right. And he was like, do you reckon she'd mind if I knocked on her door and asked to use their toilet? And I was like, no, of course not. Like, we're doing the fencing. So anyway, I just thought he meant to go and have a number one. Anyway, he goes in there, takes like 10-15 minutes. I'm like, what the hell? Like, where's he gone? Probably got talking to her. No. He comes back out. He's blocked their toilet. He comes out and he's like, bruv, I've blocked the toilet. Well, obviously, it's a big house, so there's a few toilets in the house, but he's like, bruv, I've blocked the toilet. I don't know what I'm going to do. He's like, I didn't tell her. He was like, but it stinks and it's horrible. And I'm like, you can't do that. This is a client's house and it's Coleman's, you know, and this is Miss. She's really lovely. She's making us cup of teas and everything, Mickey, right? So I'm like, this is embarrassing. You know, I'm a labourer. I was just thinking, oh my God, I can't take this. Well, anyway, the day goes on. The other bloke that I'm working with, he's like, I need to go to the toilet. I was like, no, do not go into the house and use their toilet. I was like, there's a garage like 20 minutes down the road, jump in the van and go down there. He's like, no, I can't do it. I can't wait. He goes in to these bushes in the front garden because it's quite big. There was like these trees and little bushes and that. Goes into the bushes and proceeds to go for a number two in the bushes of Coleman's front garden. Yeah, and I was like, no, this is really not happening. And I was shouting and I was going, Steve, don't do it. And he's like, well, I can't go in and use a toilet because she probably by now knows that Dave has blocked the toilet in the house. So it's embarrassing. I was like, what's more embarrassing is now you're taking a dump in the front garden of her house as well. Oh my God. Oh,
what a story.
Honestly, Chris Coleman, you know, two blokes that I work with, one blocked their toilet and the other took a shit in the front garden. So there you go.
Oh dear, I bet Chris Coleman blamed the dog.
I have no idea, but his son really looks like him. His son kept coming out to us and I was like, oh my God, you really look like your dad. But really nice family, by the way. So yeah, but a bit off topic, but yeah, it's just a funny story.
Talking about transfers in the future, there's a little bit of a rumour that went around in the summer and it's starting to grow. You might have to do some digging here, Daz, because I've been trying myself, is that Liverpool have already agreed to sign Towalski from Burnley next summer.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a deal going on somewhere between them, because Klopp sees Towalski as the perfect defender for his style. To
be honest, I never really watched too much of him. I said it before on the channel. I didn't know whether he would be a good signing for us because I didn't know whether he was that good or not. But I speak to a lot of other like Liverpool channels and stuff like that. I speak to a lot of people and they all was trying to say that there was this list that was going about and Tchaikovsky, or however you say his name, was the main centre-back on there, and Lascelles was the other one, that everyone kind of had it in their head that they were the two centre-backs that we were going after this window. And I was like, well, I would prefer Lascelles because I've watched him more and I think that he's a quality centre-back. But that's really interesting because he was the other one that everyone had in their heads that we was going after. So,
he's quite... He scores goals as well. I think that's probably what Klopp wants as well. Because let's be honest, our defenders haven't scored many goals in the last 3 years, have they? Really?
Yeah, no. I think that's kind of what we got to add to our game. We had to get better at defending set pieces, and we had to get better at kind of scoring from set pieces as well, didn't we? You know, Virgil can score, but you look at Gomez. Is Gomez a threat at set pieces? Really? He's not, is he?
No, not really.
Lovren's never been amazing either, has he?
He was at Southampton, though.
Yeah. He was good at Southampton. I think Lovren could pop up with them, but he's never been one that just you think, right, here we go, we've got a corner. Lovren's gonna get on the end of this. I don't know what it is with Lovren. I think he could be, but he just doesn't. It's that inconsistency thing with Lovren, isn't it? He's not consistent.
He reminds me of, don't burn me for saying his name, Paul Pogba. Plays one good game and 3 bad ones. Just simple, you know what I mean? They only ever talk about the good game with him. Where Lovren, he plays one good game and has 2 bad ones, but they only talk about the 2 bad ones. So, But with Pogba, they only talk about the good ones. That's the press I'm on about.
Yeah, it's so true. It is so true. What we got? Pritesh says, yes, Dazzler. Yes, Pritesh. Good to see you in here. This is going to include nudity. I know it says Hero. It didn't. If you're on about the story, it really didn't. Hero also says, thanks to Mickey, your current caller. Cheers, man. Yeah, Mickey, you've been absolutely fantastic, my friend. EG says, Daz, you have the best content. I could watch you all day and all night. Everyone sub, please. Wow, thank you so much, EG. DZB says, subscribe and hit that bell button and thumbs up. Thank you so much as well. What else we got? Bluetooth says Gomez is playing really well at the moment, but we do need a backup for centre back. So this could be that Tarkowski that you're on about there. Klopp is a man that likes to plan ahead, and we know that he will target someone if they're not available. He will wait for the right person. Do you think he has identified him as that target then, Mickey?
Yeah, I watched Burnley last night and he didn't play, but I watched him against Southampton, and he's really, really good on the ball. He is a passer, but I watch a lot more Lascelles, and Lascelles is similar. Maybe we'll go for both. I don't know, because they're both young, aren't they? So they're both English as well. Yeah,
that's what I was looking at. I was looking at Lascelles, and I hate it when people do compare players, but I can't help it when I watch Lascelles and I think it reminds me of a younger not as good, but a similar sort of style to Virgil. He does remind me of him. All right. Do you remember when Virgil played for Celtic? And I'm not talking about Virgil at his best at Celtic, but that's what Lascelles reminds me of. Is someone that people are like, he's a pretty good centre-back, you know what I mean? And I look at him and I'm like, yeah, I would take him at Liverpool. He just seems to always be in the right area. And he's a centre-back that reads the game well. He's powerful as well. That's why I wanted Lascelles, but maybe I need to have a look at this defender now, honestly, because a lot of people were saying that he's really good and would have took him back when we were linked with him in the first place. So I definitely need to have a look at this player.
Watch him on Sunday against Man United, because I think he was rested last night because of the Man United game.
Yeah, well, if he's that good, they're going to want him then. It's a big game for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not so sure, you know, you see, you hear this word modern defenders, and they think that Fry at Middlesbrough is another modern defender, a defender that can actually play with the ball.
Yeah.
And I think, like, we've got Alisson, a goalkeeper that can play with the ball. And is that the new way forward? Are we looking at different types of player now than we used to?
I think we probably are. I think Klopp has identified that if we want to stay compact and be able to play this system of working the ball from out at the back, I think we need to have the players that are competent for doing it. And maybe that's why I think that we might actually start to see Gomez play over Lovren, you know, because I think Klopp likes the fact that Gomez has got this pace advantage over Lovren as well, because we like to play the high line. And I think Klopp has probably thought, here we go, we've got a player here that we can play a high line more, because Gomez is faster than Lovren. So I think Klopp knows the players that he needs for certain positions to be able to play his system. So it is about targeting the right players for the system. So maybe, yeah, targeting these players that play certain ways is probably what Klopp's got in his head now moving forwards. Alisson, he's so good with the ball at his feet. That was obviously a goalkeeper that Klopp needed to buy. And this is why I didn't get it the other day when people were talking about Oblak, going, oh my God, man, Oblak was first choice. And I thought, I don't see how Oblak probably was first choice, because I think Alisson probably was first choice all along, in my opinion.
The article, the interview never said that. They said they looked at Oblak, but for the money, they realised they were getting a better value for money for Alisson. That's all they said. They didn't say they wanted Oblak above him.
It was absolutely madness. Honestly, all I saw on social media was so many people saying, oh my God, Oblak was first choice. And I just thought, I saw it and I just thought, right, on my live stream, I'm just going to be like, Oblak who? Because I was like, I really don't care about... Look, Oblak he's probably my favourite keeper out there. I love him. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. But Alisson, since he's come into Liverpool, I think he's probably the most suited goalkeeper to the style that we play. And I quickly realised when we were being linked with goalkeepers in a transfer window that it's about signing the right players to the system, and that Alisson probably would suit that. The only thing that worried me a bit with Alisson was how maybe erratic he can be in spells in a game, and I thought Oblak might have been a bit calmer, but yeah, I think Alisson has done fine so far. I think, what's your views on Alisson so far, mate? He hasn't really been tested so far, as in shot stopping. He's had a few saves to make, but distribution wise and that, he's been fantastic, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was at the first game, West Ham, and then I was at a couple of games last season, towards the end of the season. You know, whenever like people got through on, you know, past the defence, the whole crowd, there was like a, oh my God, oh, you know, and you could feel the defenders and Karius could just gave off no confidence. But that game against West Ham, every time they got through, it was like, oh, it's Alisson, he's got it. Yeah, you know what I mean? He was cool as anything. Within 10 minutes, everyone realised this is different. And then they got through and he just thought, oh, it's all right, Alisson will save it. Or, you know what I mean? Or he'll get it, pick it up. And honestly, I thought he was good. But I've watched him and he's better than I thought. Let's be honest, against Brighton, he had nothing to do. Normally, goalkeeper switch off. That save towards the end, what a save.
Oh, to be switched on still. you know, in that moment to be able to make that save. Absolutely fantastic. And I think Klopp highlighted that, wouldn't it? It's about having a player that might not have to make loads of saves in his time at Liverpool, but being able to make the saves when he's called upon, you know, and I think that's perfect. That's the sort of keeper that we need. It's someone that, when he's called upon, is there to be able to do it. And hopefully Alisson is that goalkeeper, you know. Distribution, ace. I think I watched a video of him talking about, you know, his dink over the player, and he said he wasn't doing it to show off or anything. It's just his style of play. He was just doing it to get the ball past the player. So yeah,
typical Brazilian.
Yeah, I was just doing it to, you know, get the ball past him, whereas most of us would just boot the ball miles down the pitch. I was just like, yeah, I'll flick it around him. No worries. I mean, I'll flick it back over him a couple of times. You know, that's what we do where I'm from. But yeah, no sweat. But yeah, I just think it would take time.
He's cool, and he is.
Yeah.
Honestly, his distribution, it's just like impressed me so much. Now, a lot of people judged him on the 5 goals he let in against us in the semi-final.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he did make 4 world-class saves before we scored the first goal, if you remember.
Yeah.
And people forgot about that. And they thought, well, God, we ain't going to sign him. He's let 5 goals in. But, mate, no goalkeeper in the world would have kept them out.
No, it's so true. I said it when people were saying, don't want to sign Alisson, look at what we did, we destroyed him. And I was like, you are talking about like or if not the best, one of the best attacks in the world of football. And we were on fire as well. That was around the time when Liverpool, I don't think, you could have been the best keeper in the world and Liverpool would have tore you apart. You know, we were just at it, wasn't we, from the off? So I wasn't worried about that at all, to be honest.
Well, I've watched Liverpool since 1974 is my earliest memory, and that is the best display of football. I know they scored 2 goals. That was the best display of football I've ever seen by a Liverpool team.
Yeah, it made my hair stand up. It really did. It was amazing. It was unreal.
I was hoping we'd do that in the final, but obviously it didn't happen that way. But
yeah,
we need a final at Anfield. That's what we need. A final at Anfield.
Oh God, if we had a final at Anfield, mate, we're winning it. No 2 ways about it. Can you imagine the atmosphere? Final at Anfield? It'd be ridiculous. I mean, the atmosphere was all right at the screening at Anfield, let alone like if it was a proper thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, Robbie says, at night, Daz, the best YouTube live stream in the world. Thank you so much, Robbie. Good night to you, my friend. Thank you for joining me. Mickey, I will thank you for calling into the show. I will end it there so that I can, if someone else wants to call in before I end the stream, then they can do so. But thank you so much for calling in tonight. And of course, Mickey, we're going to talk because I think you said that you'll be down for sending some reaction videos in the future.
Oh, most definitely.
Brilliant. That'd be top draw, mate. I really look forward to getting them as well.
We'll have to have a chat about what you exactly want. And
yeah, definitely. We'll have to do some messages, mate, and we'll sort it out anyway because that'd be brilliant if we could do that, mate. I'll be looking forward to that for sure.
Fantastic.
Thank you for calling into the show, Mickey. It's been a pleasure, mate.
Top stream, Daz, top stream.
Thank you so much. Take care, Mickey. Speak to you in a bit, mate.
Cheers.
See you later, buddy. Thank you. Right, so Mickey, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, he was on for a while. Some great points. Obviously, we had a laugh as well while he was on. It's really, really good to get you guys calling into the show and getting your views, letting people hear your voices as well. You know, you guys talk to each other regularly in a live chat, so when people can hear your voice, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice for people to be able to hear you. Maverick says, that was funny, Daz. At least the second dunk was a biodegradable and helps to fertilise in the plants. Oh, you're talking about the story? Yes, I know. It was really embarrassing for me because at the time I was a young labourer and I was just like, what do I do with myself, honestly? And these two are 2 old lads, you know, they didn't have a care in the world, and I'm like, this is a big manager in the world of football, and they're just blocking his toilets and taking a dump in his front garden. And I was like, wow. And they to be honest, they not even football fans, so they didn't even care. They didn't even really know who he is. And I'm like, I'm in love with his missus because I thought she was stunning, and I'm like, this this is a football manager. I was like, he's a respectful football manager. Like, this is a big deal for me. I'm a football fan, you know. Alisson is the best since Clement, says Craig. I love that. Good to see you in here as well tonight, Craig. Hero says, Mickey made Dazza sweat. He needs that paper towel, Tibok. Stephen says, best performance ever was Liverpool 7 versus Spurs 1978. YouTube it. Watched it live in a cop, says Stephen. There you go. So something for you guys to YouTube later on after the stream. Michael Dunn's in the building. Says, hey Daz, hey Michael, good to see you in here. Mickey says, it's great, I could talk Liverpool all day. Fantastic, Mickey. Well, there you go, you've got a platform to do it on as well now, Mickey. You'll be able to phone into the show on a regular occurrence, hopefully. And I put out in the Facebook group earlier that I want to be doing on match days. I want to get some reaction videos from you guys between 2 and 5 minutes long. You guys send it in to me, and then I'll be putting it out on the channel from now on. So basically, all you would need really is your phone, and if you just have it like that way up when you're recording yourself, so that it's good for YouTube. And just sit there and just tell me how you think the game went. If hopefully Liverpool win the games, you could be like, yes, great result. I think man of the match was Salah, Naby Keita for this reason. Basically what you see on YouTube already. Or if it wasn't a good game, tell me why you think it wasn't a game. And it's just another way of getting your views out there. More Liverpool supporters' views out on this channel. Obviously, we're not far off 10,000 subscribers really. So there's a good platform to get your views out there on. I want to get more and more Liverpool supporters' views heard. That's my goal. If you're interested in doing that, then obviously leave a comment once this video is processed down below. And we can talk on the Facebook group, on the Bench LFC, Liverpool FC fans. I did leave a comment earlier, so you can always leave a comment on that and let me know. There's a few of you that are already going to be doing it. So fantastic. Can't wait to see those reaction videos already. That'd be brilliant to see. Daz, what's your score prediction for tomorrow, says Mohammed. I went with a 2-1, mate. And I think I'm going to stick with that one because I think it's going to be a tough test. I'm confident that Liverpool are going to do well. I think that they've got some good players in there. I think they're going to be defensively strong. I would like to see a clean sheet, don't get me wrong, but it'll be difficult. But I'm confident Liverpool still get the 3 points in it. But yeah, let me know your score predictions, everyone listening. Maverick says one of the best was 4-0 win against Real Madrid. Torres plus Gerrard scored, etc. Yes, I know exactly what one you're on about there, Maverick, as well. Michael says 4-0 to Liverpool tomorrow. Love it. Hero says blue tick. I took on 0-3. Hey, Eric, mate, says Michael. Mr. Max says, how do we send you the reaction video? So, if any of you guys have heard of it, it's called WeTransfer. And it's free. You can just type it in. WeTransfer, and it allows you to send files, basically. And then all you need to do is send it to onthebenchlfc@hotmail.com. And yeah, I'll be able to receive that via email, and then once I've got it, I'll be able to put it into like my little video editing thing and put it up on the channel. So yeah, just be looking forward to getting your reaction videos and putting it out there, basically. So what I want to do, as I say, this channel is very much about getting your views out there, as much as mine, if not more, in the future. You know, that's where the future of this channel lies. Call-ins, I'll be doing my match reactions and watch-alongs and stuff, but the more of you guys that send in your stuff, the more of you that phone into the show, it just makes it more interactive. It's live, it's interactive. I can give you the updates and that in the future and stuff like that, but the more of us that interact together, the better the content will be for the Liverpool supporters. It just makes for good viewing, doesn't it? Maverick says, hey Michael, how's it hanging? Trust all is well. Michael says, cool, Daz, we'll be back in a few minutes. No worries, my friend. Alex says, Daz, mate, why don't you do a reaction video over Tarkowski? He's not a Liverpool player yet, is he, Alex? If we sign him, then yeah, you'll get it. I do get what you mean. I mean, of course, I could literally do it, but the one thing that I've always said, Alex, is I try not to jump on the bandwagon with everything along them lines. Transfer window for Liverpool, we did a lot of talking about transfers, didn't we, and stuff, but if there's a lot to it, if something popped up saying that we could end up signing him, and I believe it, and I think that it's there and stuff, then maybe, and we can always talk about it on a stream and stuff, but Yeah, I think while the season's on and stuff like that, I don't normally talk too much about transfers unless there's something majorly to talk about. But we always end up talking about transfers at some point in the streams, don't we? EG says, Daz, hi. Hello, EG. Why are you saying hi now? I think we said hi about 50 times. Daz, I think we should get Vida after his World Cup performance. No, EG, no. We don't want him, do we? I think most Liverpool fans was like, no, we don't want him. Stephen says, we ain't conceding tomorrow. Stephen, I really like the confidence, mate. I would love a clean sheet. I really would. You ever watched Kieran Tierney from Celtic, Daz? I haven't. I think I might have watched a YouTube video once. I think someone said to me to watch his clips and it was of him. I can't even remember the video, but I think someone did send me a clips video of him once. It's just these 12:30 kickoffs. The 12:30 kickoffs are awful, Eric. I hate the early kickoffs. We got burnt by Fekir, says Mickey. We did get burnt, Mickey, didn't we? We got well and truly burnt by Fekir. Doing videos and live streams going, yeah, it's 99% complete, it's going to happen. All the trusted journalists saying it'll be announced tomorrow probably. So there's me on YouTube, it's going to be announced. Because I do only go off the trusted journalists. I don't really go off other sources and stuff like that, you know. And yeah, it backfired, didn't it? Oh, get your violins out. No need for care. No, please not Vida, says Mickey. No, we don't. I like that. I like the need part that Maverick put in there as well. Cracker, says Joe. A Leicester player said on Twitter that they're scared of LFC on Saturday. Thoughts, says Tipok. Oh, I think most teams are probably scared of Liverpool, to be honest, Tipok. If they're being honest with themselves, I would be scared of playing Liverpool if I was a team right now. It's not just because I'm a Liverpool supporter either. I just think if you're looking at it, Liverpool are strong on the attack and they're strong defensively now as well. 3 clean sheets. What's not to be scared of? It's the same goes about playing City. You'd be scared of playing City as well, wouldn't you? City and Liverpool are 2 teams that I would say if I was a Premier League team, I'd be scared of playing them, to be fair. But Hamid says, I think Liverpool should invest in a left-back because we don't have much options. Hamid, I'm with that one. And, you know, on the calling, it was, I think Mickey said, didn't he, about Moreno, it's not good enough, I think, at left back. So, yeah, I have to agree. American S hate the early kickoffs more. Oh, the Americans hate the early kickoffs more, Josh. I can imagine. I can very much imagine. Yeah, a lot more so than me. Actually, on that note, I will end up closing the live stream in a couple of minutes, guys, because obviously I've got a few more things that I've got to do before I can end up going to bed, and then we've got to get up early in the morning as well to make sure that I'm ready to go live for the watch along tomorrow. You're going to join me for the watch along, everyone? Let me know if you're joining me for the watch along. It'd be lovely if we could all be watching that one live together, as we do. We like a good watch along, don't we? Mr. Max says, I would love to sign Casillas, or however you say it, for a second keeper and sell Mignolet. He also plays a bit like Alisson, bloody mental. Yeah, I have to agree on that. Klopp's not very happy with Mignolet, is he? He says that he's well paid for a second goalkeeper, but he wasn't too happy that he went to the media instead of obviously speaking to him over stuff, was he? I just need to make sure, yeah, there was that one donation that we had, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't others. Again, I want to say Tommy Walker and Richard Fink, thank you so much for your donations on the other day's stream. YouTube, it didn't come up telling me that I had these couple of donations, and at the end, all of a sudden, I went to close the stream and there was a couple of donations there, and I was like, why didn't that come up telling me during the live stream? I saw one from Tommy Walker, but I didn't see the other one, and I didn't see the Richard Fink one. So, you know, I really do hope that they've seen my messages on the videos and stuff saying, like, massive thank you to you guys. Because I don't know whether they've seen it or not, but when you guys donate to me, I don't want you to ever think that I'm being rude. If YouTube doesn't show me, then I apologise, you know, if I haven't seen it. But time for Mings to leave in Jan. Mickey, I second that. I hate it. Mickey also says, I'll be there for the watch along. Thank you so much, Mickey. That'd be fantastic. I need to do this as well. I need to make Mickey the mod as well. I think that's done that there. Blue Tick says, Daz, when you hear about the transfer deal will be done, deal agreed, all this stuff is better to be excited when Liverpool announce it on Twitter and other website. Even Echo there are not 100%. Oh, I know, Blue Tick, I know. I know how it goes down. I think now as well, more recently, they don't get the info, do they? So it's best not to get excited until anything's fully confirmed and that these days. But it's when you run a YouTube channel like this, people expect updates and they want to be talking about. They want to know if I'm the only YouTube channel not talking about certain transfers, you know, then people are going to be like, why are you not doing this? You're not great to follow. And the other YouTube channels will be talking about it. So, yeah. DZB says 12 start. Yep, half an hour before kickoff, guys. The usual. 12 o'clock. The watch along will start. So yeah, join me for that, and hopefully we'll have the team news, starting 11, subs, bench and stuff like that. I'll have a cup of tea in my hand. You guys can have whatever beverage you want in yours as well, and we should be good to go for the match, hopefully. Can't get to sleep, so I'm back. Says always, oh my god, but always I'm going in a minute, so yeah, I'm gonna try and get to sleep soon, but I've got to work on a few things to make sure the watch along's ready for tomorrow and stuff like that. I prefer it if the deal is done, is mentioned on social media rather than rumours. Yeah, I'll get it, but I fully get it, mate. What else we got here? Mickey says Leicester play with 3 at the back. Important Salah and Mane keep wing backs in their own half. Yeah, that's a massive key element there. Dave Mitch says 22 days of madness, a true test for champions. Yes, Dave, indeed. DZB, Mexican wave. Oh, we're going to see that massively tomorrow, DZB, aren't we? The Mexican waves in the watch along. I absolutely love doing the Mexican wave on them watch alongs. I'm so glad we do that. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be in full flow and everyone starts doing the Mexican waves and stuff. It'd be brilliant. Squad isn't, team is. There you go. Right. That's it, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please leave a thumbs up if you haven't already, by the way. It really does help if you guys do hit the thumbs up. And I want to say a massive thank you to the call-ins as well on tonight's show. You was legends. It was really good to get the call-ins again. I love having call-ins on a live streams. I think it adds another element to it, gets your views out there, and I think the listeners enjoy it. It's something different, not just my voice. It's better, isn't it, guys? It really is. Hope you've all had a fantastic day, as I always say, and for those of you that have got more of your day to continue, I hope it's a good one for you, alright? Take care, everyone. Like Dad says, Mr. Matt, good night to you, my friend. Good night to you all, alright? It's been a pleasure, my pleasure as always. Enjoy the rest of your days, guys. I've been on the bench LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in a watch along tomorrow, hopefully.